Hi, this is Ron. This is gonna be my first makeup tutorial and get ready with me for quite a while. And I'm going to go to dinner with some of my friends at SM. So let's just make this really quick because I'm actually like really late. So first off, what I do before I get ready is I put some toner on. I need a little bit of moisture. I don't really moisturize as much during this time because my skin is pretty oily. Although I know that you need to moisturize oily skin so that it doesn't overcompensate, and that's what creates the excessive amount of oil. But right now, I don't really feel like it because, you know, I'm gonna be at SM. Actually, should I? I should. I should, shouldn't I? Because I'm gonna be at SM the whole night and it's gonna be cold. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna put on moisturizer today. What I used was the BYS Skin Hydrating Balancing Toner, and then I'm gonna use the Skin by BYS Glow-In Face Cream. This is usually what I put on at night, but since it's quite cold nowadays, I'm just gonna a little moisturizer never hurt anybody, okay? Next, I'm gonna use Mermaid Beauty's Hydrating and Non-Greasy Sunscreen. Even though I will be spending time indoors most of today, I put on sunscreen religiously whenever I go out during the day. Because, you know, even though we're Filipino, we still need sunscreen. Next, I'm gonna use my BYS Brow Liner in Sport Fix. Right now, this is the closest to my blonde hair color. So this is what I'm using. No brow gel for today because, again, we're in a hurry. I just line out the outer part of my brows. Right now, I shave the tips of my brows for easier cosplay. My husband makes fun of me for shaving the half of my eyebrows all the time because I basically already have like non-existent eyebrows. Yeah, I darken up the tips because that's where I need the most definition because of the missing hairs. This is what I use, Mentholatum lip gel. This is what I use as lip balm. My lips are really sensitive to other lip balms. They tend to itch really fast, and I guess this is the lip balm that has been working wonders for me. I don't have dry lips, but my lips do need a little bit of moisture, and they're sensitive. They itch with the Baby Lips one from Maybelline, so I use this one. This is just what works for me, and I like that it has menthol. Next, I'm gonna use the Eyes on You primer from Detail. This one is, you know that it's like really used because the label is basically smudging off at this point, but I love this so much. What I do to counteract, you know, oily eyelids is I use primer, and primer is really different from using concealer. I use concealer as like a primer for when I'm making a cut crease or making a specific design, but to keep your eyeshadow on, it's usually good to have an actual primer because primers are stickier, right? What they're supposed to do, they're supposed to stick on your eyeshadow. So if you can, I'd recommend investing in a good eye primer. This one is really cheap. Detail Cosmetics is really cheap, and they're available in the drugstores, so, or I think in most department stores, so you can buy them definitely. So sorry this palette is so messy, but this is like my personal palette. I'm gonna clean this up soon anyways. But this is the Egyptian Desert. I use the Egyptian Desert palette from Detail. This is what it looks like. Now I'm gonna use Temple for my crease. I'm gonna do a bit of a foresty green neutral eye based on, you know, the clothes that I'm wearing, which is like an iridescent dark blue or green. So I'm using Temple right here, which is the taupe gray shade. and I'm just putting that, oh, that's too much. I'm putting that on the crease of my eye using a fluffy brush. So I usually blend inwards, but right now, since I want it to be sort of like a look, since this is like not a glam look, just a simple hangout with friends, I go heavy-handed on the outer corner and then just blend it inside. So how I blend is I just use, you have to hold your brush at the end so that it gets, your pressure for blending is a little softer. And I just use a windshield wiper motion, and then I just blend out the outer corner like that, and do the same on the other side. I had to check if it was filming because, oh my god, if you guys were in the earlier days of YouTube, I also made content back in high school, and one of my dilemmas was forgetting to press the record button. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to, like, there were so many looks that I did that for. Like, I filmed an actual video and I never got to upload them because I never pressed record. So this is why I need like an actual camera person. Since my husband isn't here, I'm gonna have to do this myself. I'm just gonna go in with the same primer. So we have that going on for our eyelids. I'm using a flat brush and I'm taking some of that primer and I'm making like a soft cut crease. We have the initial shape. Next, I'm gonna get some another flat brush, and I'm gonna use the shade Pyramid right here on the outer part of my eyelid. So it's a green, metallic green, almost moss shade in the Egyptian palette, and I'm gonna blend that on the outer. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. You know what? I'm gonna use this all over my eyelids. I don't fucking care. It's dinner. Okay, now that we have that shade, I'm just gonna go back with Temple and blend it even more. And then I do my eyeliner. So I'm using Cassiopeia. This is an eyeliner that I bought from a friend named Sedi. Sedi is also like a really good makeup artist. So I've been using this felt tip eyeliner for a while. It's been with me for a while, and I love it, and it's still working. So why replace it? You know, I'm not someone who spends a lot of money on makeup, although my husband will try to refute that, but I really am. I try to make sure that I use up all of my makeup before buying new ones, because that's just the type of person that I am. So I'm just following my natural eye shape and giving myself a cat eye. That's one eye done. I'm telling you, I'm finishing up this eyeliner because, you know, I don't want to waste product. Try to get as close to the lash line as possible. And if you make a mistake like this, like, or the eyeliner is a little thicker on the other side and the other side, what I do to fix eyeliner mistakes in a real hurry is I get a Q-tip. This is why I do eyeshadows first before my foundation. Because I don't really trust myself when it comes to, even though I've been doing makeup for years and years now, it's still normal for me to make mistakes. So, what I do is I take a Q-tip and just clean up this side. That wing was a little bit too wide for me, so I'm cutting it down a bit. And then just go back with your eyeliner. Make it even. Next, for my base, I use the Benefit Professional. Again, my makeup is so messy because I use them. So this is the Benefit Professional. I got the small one because that's all that I could afford. So I use this because, again, oily skin, it's perfect for minimizing your pores and smoothing out the texture on your skin. I'm still gonna have texture because, you know, that's what humans are. We should have a bit of texture, but if you use this, it kind of makes like a tiny bit of a soft filter, and it's mattifying, so I don't get oily later. Next, I'm gonna under conceal some blemishes from recent blemishes that I've had. I also use the same concealer under my eyes. This is like running out. This is, by the way, this is the Fit Me concealer in, I think, what color are you? In sand. So it's the number 20. Again, I've had this concealer for so long and I'm just using it up because we do not waste product. I use my middle finger to blend in the concealer under my eyes. I only put the concealer in the inner part and the outer part. I'm gonna use the 2-in-1 foundation concealer corrector in warm sand. I forgot what brand this is. What brand are you? This is from Absolute New York. Some girl in the Robinson's Main in Iloilo, the Watson's lady there, recommended this to me, and it's good. And my only issue with this is it's a doe foot applicator, which isn't the most how do you say? It isn't the most hygienic, but since I'm the only one that's using this makeup, fuck it. And then I'm gonna get my beauty blender and I'm gonna blend it. Next, I still use my Airspun. I've had this for so long, so I'm using the Coty Airspun to mattify or powder. For oily girls like me, this is just a must. And I use like a fluffy brush from Focallure. I do not bake anymore because I find that it makes my under eye concealer crease a lot more. I do not bake. In the shade Temple again, tap off the excess, do my bottom eye with this. Then, using my Etude House sparkle stick thingy, the label has come off on this. I've had this for so long. Putting that on the bottom eye and my inner corner. Mascara. These are Mango lashes that I bought from Shopee. I take the lashes right here and then I measure them to my eye. And then cut off a piece. Cut off the end. And then again, this eye glue is also really old. It's disgusting, so I'm not going to show you. But tiny bit on, let that cool down until it gets tacky. Dry down, cool down. Let it dry down until it gets tacky. And while that gets tacky, just use my Detail Makeover contour and blush palette. And I'm gonna use the bronzer. I don't usually use shades like this as bronzer because again, it's way too light for my complexion. Like you barely see it. And maybe if you're fairer, this would actually bronze you. But I just use it to warm up my face just a little bit. I'm using the cooler tone contour. Contour my nose, so the same shade. Just angled flatter brush. How I put on eyelashes, I look down. That's why I use a handheld mirror. I look down and then just put it on. If you need a little bit of help, use a tweezer. Use this blush. My highlighter, and this is the Sace Lady Cosmetics Tri Prism Highlighter on SL00703. I'm gonna use the Colorette color tint, so shake me up really good. This is my first time using Colorette tints, so and I actually really love them. These are the only tints that actually stay on my lips because I don't know, gel tints just don't stay that long. So I'm using the one in Meg, and it's the fresh one, not the matte one. Ooh! Wow! Kinanglan. Kinanglan. Gid persahan. Charis. What I do is I'll use my finger and just blend it. So it makes you look like you've been sucking on a lollipop. This is the fit. I'm wearing boots. I'm gonna post pictures at the end of what I'm wearing, but this is the vibe.